Do I look at you or only straight ahead?
I'm gonna be doing a lot of looking at myself in the mirror over here. I can tell you that right now.
No.
What's up, everybody? As you know, I'm Allie.
I'm Mack.
And this is Under the Covers. Today we have a very...
I was about to introduce us, and this is Kim.
I was gonna say, and today we have a very special guest.
Most special.
Kim.
Hi, everyone. Hi.
We're so happy to have you here under the covers with us. Thank you for having us in this lovely bed.
And thank you for providing the covers.
Yes.
Of course.
I've got my Hawaiian pajamas on. I wore them just for you. It's got a crab and a palm tree. Look, a shark.
I know. How's them? They come and they're wearing their Hawaiian aloha attire, and I'm just wearing like regular, not Hawaiian aloha attire.
That's okay.
It looks great. It's nice.
Maybe because you're local, so you
Yeah.
you wouldn't wear it, you
Yeah,
know?
kind of.
Yeah.
Special occasions.
Let's get into it. What kind of
What
occasion?
special occasions do you wear Hawaiian pajamas for?
A first timer. I'm kidding.
Perfect.
I'm kidding. I don't know. Pajama wise, I don't know.
Pajama parties?
Yeah, okay, a pajama party.
Pajama parties.
Yeah.
That's
Sweet.
good. Hey, Kim, this was something that I feel like came up a lot during the show.
Oh, I'm already like fearing the questions.
No, it's a simple question. It's a simple
Okay.
question. What did you think you were being cast on?
That is such a good question. I know, like not this, not what we did for sure. I just thought I was going to a party. Like I honestly thought I was just being cast. I didn't know. I just was going on a plane. I was going to some destinations.
Destination X?
Destination X. I was gonna go and I was gonna figure out where I am and have a good time doing it. That's exactly what I thought.
So,
You
to
seem
follow
very
that...
yeah,
Oh,
go ahead.
to follow that up, were you upset that there were no beaches involved?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, from day one, and the weather kept getting colder and colder. I was like, I need to get out of here. I need to see a beach. I need to see sun. I need to feel the grass. I did struggle with that a lot.
The advertisement for the
yeah.
show had beaches, right?
That advertisement
a
was
palm tree.
they sold me dreams. It had a private jet, and then it had really blue water. I mean, I took a picture of it, so I know what it looks like.
I've never seen it.
Oh, I'll show
don't-
you.
Yeah.
I will show you
Yeah,
because I
got it.
saved it. It's like I said, a private jet and a blue ocean and like an island behind it. And I'm like, I'm going there. And I did not go there at all.
No, but you did go on a jet, kind of.
I did kind of, not
Kind
the jet
of.
that I was expecting,
Yeah.
but it was a private jet.
You made a comment very early on, like, I think it was episode 1, that your kids don't really know what you're up to. You're going to give them a memoir, blah, blah, blah. That whole comment. Did your kids know you were coming on this show, and what they think about it?
They didn't know until like after I had gone through a lot of the interviews, a lot of the FaceTime, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It kept going and going, and they're like, okay, we need you to meet with this person, meet this, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, hey, I started thinking like I might be in, you know? So I did. I remember we were making dinner or something, and I'm like, hey, you know what? I might be going on this television show. And my son's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I put in a TikTok application and I've been interviewing, and they're like, no way. My daughter-in-law goes, oh, of course you are. Of course you are. And then the rest, I kind of, I had like, once I knew that I did get in a little closer or whatever, then I kind of told the rest of them, and we did it, and we had like special ways that we told them, like a video or things like that. And they were all like, of course, they all were like, yeah, you should have done this a long time ago.
Yeah, I agree. You were made for TV.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so are we done? Are we done with question
done
one?
with my
Or are we done with
some
question one?
parts.
Okay, so it's episode 1. The Tarmac challenge has happened. The well challenge has happened. Who at this point, only episode 1, do you think was the biggest threat?
The biggest threat or the ones
The
that didn't
biggest
lie?
Well, that's my follow-up question.
You can have both of those.
Okay, so then who did you not? I was gonna say who was your biggest threat and who did you not trust, but you can also say who you didn't like.
Okay.
But let's start with who your biggest threat was.
My biggest threat was Mac.
Agree.
sure.
Yeah,
Thank
Mack
you.
and Biggy, I think.
For sure. It was Mac. Yeah, she just had the look of brains.
The look,
of brains.
The look of brain.
the look of intelligence.
The look of knowledge, for sure.
Okay, so then I'm gonna follow that up with who did you not trust? Episode 1,
Episode 1, straight up, day 1 on the tarmac.
day 1.
Mac. I'm sorry, excuse me.
Whoa.
Rick,
Whoa.
Rick, and Ty.
Okay, yeah, I remember you
Not at
saying
all.
that. Yeah. What was it because they were normal? Not normal? You know, a lot of times.
Desperate. They were desperate. That's how I
Desperate.
describe them, as desperate. Like, I can remember seeing, like, in a panic. They're in a panic. Like so desperate for information and like, I don't like that. I don't like that to begin with. I don't like people that wear their desperation on their sleeve. So I kind of struggle with that. But I knew Rick, especially, I knew Rick was a snake, a liar, a snake, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, never did. Never, no.
One thing we can always count on you for is to tell it like it is. And I think if Ty and Rick are watching this, that they understand that you just always say your exact thoughts. So,
Yeah.
yeah. And has that changed at all?
No.
All right, sweet.
No,
That's
no.
okay.
I stand on my decision made from day one, for sure.
Okay.
I had a question about that later on. Is there anybody who you misjudged or who you changed your mind on in the show? In a good or a bad way?
Like from the originals, not at all. I didn't.
Everyone was exactly what you thought they were from the tarmac.
Yeah, I will say, Rachel, just because of the outfits and the hair and all that, my first was like, oh, she's a little awkward or something. I don't know what word to say, but she was a little eccentric, maybe, but that didn't mean I didn't think bad of her.
Yeah.
It wasn't in a negative way. It was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, look at this girl with the wig.
So then as you got to know her, it was better?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
So
so
Rachel was
Rachel.
good, but never, ever, ever did I change on Rick and Ty. And when the newbies came in, for sure, Peter, I liked Peter.
Yeah.
He was hot. Man, he would come out of the shower. I don't know if you guys remember this. He would come out, open the door with just a towel. I'm like,
I didn't see that.
Excuse me, can you put some clothes on up in here? Like, we are all, like maybe having some issues being away from anybody for 3 or 4 weeks. Like, yeah, he would do it. I swear he did it on purpose.
For you? On
For
purpose
you?
for you?
For everybody.
I don't know. Well, not just me. I mean, unless I'm a cougar to him, he was like, I doubt it. But I don't know. I think he just liked the attention of women, like, ooh, Google eyes over his body. But so for him, he seemed like he was a nice guy. He was kind and I mean, he played the game a certain way, but he was a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about Janae, but straight from the get-go, that girl, she was another one. You know how Ty flipped her lid? That girl flipped her lid. Silly, man. The two of them, yeah, those two, that's probably another thing, because they did show that part of them, like, whoa, very, the way they burst was like, ooh.
You're seen early on in the show saying that you're not your average grandma. Mm-hmm. And I know that because I know you, and I know you go to a lot of concerts.
Oh, yeah.
So this doesn't really have much to do with the show, but like, is your favorite artist Morgan Wallen? Because I feel like you go to a lot of Morgan Wallen concerts.
Morgan Wallen is definitely one of my favorite artists. I just love his music. I love everything. Yeah, I love Morgan Wallen. Plus, he's eye candy, right? You're never too old for eye candy.
Morgan or Pete?
Oh,
Yeah, Morgan or Pete.
Morgan, the way he wears them boots and those jeans. Yeah, I'm all about that.
J for Jesus.
J for Jesus. Yes, I'm a Jesus believer. So I know that sounds so crazy, but like, I did not know Juliet. Like
Romeo and Juliet.
I do know Romeo and Juliet. Listen, I'm very, very. It's so crazy, and my kids and anybody that knows me knows this. I'm very particular. I mean, I'm like, oh no, I don't watch that kind. Oh no, I don't like that kind. I feel like I've earned the right to not like or like whatever I want. You know, like,
yeah.
I mean, I've earned that. Like, I'm a grown freaking adult. As far as I'm concerned, I make my own choices. So, Romeo and Juliet, that was in grade school. I ain't got time for that. Why would I even think about it? Like,
fair,
you know?
fair.
So, Romeo, now I'm more thinking like, and I think the clue, it was so crazy because I know Jonah was like, what is she talking about? It was something about my last drink or what was that clue?
Something, I wasn't there, but it was like something about a sneaky link. And then you died by a drink or something like that.
My last drink or whatever. And I'm like, oh, it's talking about the Last Supper. That's the Last Supper. And then it got me spinning on the Jesus. And I'm like, then all of a sudden here pops the J with a heart. And I'm like,
J for Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus, is actually what I said.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Yeah, I mean, why not?
No, I thought that was really great. And I thought it was hilarious.
When did you find out that the clue was Juliet? Like, because you got it right, obviously, but were you like, oh, it was Jesus?
Did Jonah figure it out ever? Romeo and Juliet?
I don't think so. I think when we came down, maybe Rachel had said it's Romeo and Juliet, or somebody on my team. You were outside that.
I wasn't on your team.
I don't know. Somebody on our team said Romeo and Juliet, but
maybe
I couldn't find
Rachel.
anything that was Romeo and Juliet like. I don't know.
It was like the poison, you know the story? Do you not know the story?
I do know they were in
something
love.
Like that,
and
yeah.
They were forbidden or something.
Yeah, like forbidden lovers. Okay, so I'm now going to jump from Italy to Switzerland.
Okay.
And I don't know if you remember this, but you're the reason that I knew we were in Switzerland. And I say that because we were sitting on the chairs and you were chatting. It might have just been me and you. Maybe Jonah was nearby. And you were telling me this story about how you went to Switzerland. You had to take this train that was like this skinny little 2-seater train that goes really far. And then you have to take a gondola. And then suddenly you're in the mountains. So we were blindfolded, right? But I could feel that we were on some sort of train. And then I could feel that we were on a gondola. So I was like, thank God for Kim. We're in Switzerland. And I guess like we could have taken a train and a gondola to other places, but in my head I was like, oh, it has to be Switzerland.
Oh yeah, the gondolas, that's a dead ringer. I mean, we went from one gondola to another. If you remember, I think we went up and up and up, and I knew. And as soon as we took those goggles off, because of course I don't like the snow, I don't like the cold, so when we took them off, I was like, I said F-U-C-K. Actually, I went. Everyone's like, ooh, it's so beautiful, and I'm going.
No beach. No beach.
When are we getting to the good stuff? Although, you know, a lot of people think that's good stuff.
It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
No,
Well, so if you thought we were going to the beach,
yes,
let's talk about the clothes we brought, because I thought it was going to be hot. I didn't have any winter clothes.
Listen, I'm not sure who was the wardrobe lady. I mean, whatever, but like we packed all of these clothes. I wore the same thing. If you look at the episodes, I'm in the same damn clothes
every single day.
And it was supposedly we you know, you got to wear this and this. Like there's kind of a schedule as to what you wear. Hey, it was a free for all. I feel like I could have worn whatever I wanted.
I feel
and got away with it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so all of those, had I known that, I wouldn't have brought half of that crap.
Yeah.
Like
I would have brought one good jacket, because
Yeah.
the one jacket I brought, it made noise with the audio, so I could not wear my puffer jacket.
Yeah, I did bring a puffer jacket, thank God. But I mean, yeah, it was cold. It was just cold, and the clothes that we brought. I mean, I brought shorts and dresses with no straps, like things like yeah. So no, but yeah, the wardrobe lady led me in the wrong direction for sure.
You got the casting lady and the wardrobe lady. Both
Yeah,
better count their days.
Yes, yes.
Did you notice Geneva?
The
Jennifer Aniston, Eva Longoria.
hell no. Listen, I don't have time to dig that deep. I didn't need to know that. I mean, seriously, guys, I knew we were in Switzerland.
Yeah.
That was a duh. There's only Bern and Geneva. I mean, that were my options, basically. That's how I felt. This is how I felt. I got two options, Bern or Geneva. It's a 50-50 chance, right? Yeah. Chances are it ain't going to be Bern. I don't know. I'm just going on, like, when I travel, I kind of hit the big cities too. Although I do go to some, I always Google what's recommended near this town so I can hit some little villages or whatever. But for sure in this dynamic, for sure I just Geneva'd it. I would have Geneva'd it. I did not make the picture. No. I didn't know he had a Rolex on, but
Me neither.
I didn't know he had a Rolex.
Oh, you did?
I saw that. However, I wasn't sure if it was he's had it on the whole time or if it was something new.
Right, because he's a rich actor.
Right.
So it would make sense for him to always wear a Rolex.
I was never paying attention to his nice clothes.
I knew he had one early on, but I was thinking, is that a setup or is it there,
And then in Paris, he's wearing the Louis Vuittons.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, but again, he's rich.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, dude is a very famous actor.
Yeah.
Getting probably,
Exactly.
a lot of money to do this.
Yeah, exactly. So, I didn't know.
After Switzerland, we head on to episode 3. The title of episode 3 is Catching Feelings Changes Everything.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Shane and I. Let's talk about Shane and I, because I remember you saying, Allie girl, what are you doing? Well, I'm going to take you back to Hawaii. I'm going to give you my life lessons. You got to listen to me. So
here we are.
Did you think that I was crazy at that point?
Oh, for sure. I was like, what is she doing? Like, because if it came down to it, even if it had, I don't know, at least if I had done it, I'm cutting your throat. I forget the love crap. Plenty fish in the sea, as far as I'm concerned, plenty fish in the sea. If it comes down to it, and I didn't want you to have to feel being in the middle of making that kind of a choice if that was presented.
Yeah, I feel like, no, that's fair. So when you said Catching Feelings Changes Everything, that got the title. That is the title of the episode. What do you think it changes about the game? Just those kinds of decision making, or does it change loyalties and stuff too?
For sure. I mean, everyone, because now, of course, those feelings, they take precedence to anybody else. I mean, we all know it's like you're not going to choose your best friend over your husband.
But he did.
I mean, sometimes. Well, yeah, but he knew that you were going to come back and get the info.
Well, yeah. And I
there's
think
still a
originally
trick to that.
I had promised Ty that I would be loyal to her over Shane. And then once Ty was gone, it was like, oh, well, now the showmance is probably a problem. But while Ty was still there in my head, I was like, I'm going to be loyal to Ty.
Really?
Yeah, that was Shane and I's agreement. It was, I'll be loyal to Ty and he'll be loyal to
I mean,
Biggy.
if you're in it, you're in it. Like, if you're in it with him, you're in it fully.
I know, but it was also a game, so we were like, we can't let this showmance ruin our game.
Yeah, and I knew at some point that will change. If it comes down to you and Shane, come on, or even comes down to you and 2 others, you're gonna put all those feelings on hold, and you'll be like, "Sorry, dude." I mean,
Yeah, at the end of the day.
And then it will cause problems leaving the show eventually. You know what I mean? Or it could.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it will, but I mean, I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd know if I was in that situation and then he moved on, I didn't. When he got off the show or however it ends, I'd be like, no, bye. No, sorry. I can't forgive you for that. That's a big one.
Yeah, for sure.
It would make it hard.
Yeah.
Peter and Janae, how'd you feel about them getting on the bus? How'd you feel about them generally?
Outside of who they are, though, just 2 new people coming on the bus when you've already made it this far.
I was so pissed. We were down to like 4 people, or I mean,
7.
4 had gone home, right? Or
7.
3 had gone home.
3 had gone home, and I'm like, okay, I'm still in. 3 gone. Like, what are the chances?
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't expect that, to be honest. But then we have 2 new people coming on. I mean, I didn't know them from Adam. Yeah. Adam and Eve. I mean, I had no clue who they were. Truthfully, if you've been to Europe and stuff, there are street dancers. People
Yeah.
like street entertainment.
Yeah, street entertainment.
There is street entertainment. So I thought, oh, the entertainment. Look, what? The entertainment's coming on the bus? Like, oh, God, you know? So I wasn't happy only because we were making progress as to getting rid of people.
Yeah, and then
And
suddenly...
I wanted to keep getting rid of people.
And then we were back at 9.
Now we're back. Yeah, we were back at 9.
I remember in the beginning, I think you did say it on screen, you're on a bus with a bunch of kids. Yeah. So at this point, seeing two, you know, more young people come on where you're just like, shit, this is a daycare? Like, you know?
Oh, yeah, you know? That was my first thought is, what am I doing here? Like, all these kids, are you serious? I got to go and be the adult, like, wise one, like, you know, play parent. And I'm like, man, I don't want to do that crap. I didn't intend to come here and do that, you know?
Did you feel like you were parenting us?
I mean, maybe, yeah, kind of some.
Yeah.
But, like, the role model comes in, but I'm not always a great role model. I mean, I mean, seriously, like, not for, yeah, no. I mean,
you're a great role model for people who want to live their best life.
Kind of, thank you. Yeah, there you go.
And I'm one of them, Emiola.
The Emiola for sure.
Emiola.
Thank you. So, you know, I mean, there's some things that, you know, yeah, probably should inappropriate in front of children, but you guys are all adults too. So I will say that. So anything that I said or how I behaved, you guys are adults. So, but in a way, yeah, I felt like I had to be, you know, like, yeah, a parent in a way.
Yeah, that must have been hard. I did think it was interesting there wasn't like an even age thing going on.
I hope they changed that.
Oh!
Hi, Biggy. Oh, God.
Damn, you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, right. Thanks God you called because they didn't say anything. Hi, Biggy. How are you?
How's the trip been with them coming down there?
Oh, gosh. Love.
Sorry.
Love.
So good to face.
Yes, so good. I love it. I'm glad they're here.
I'm curious, what was, when you got back to Hawaii, what was the first thing you did?
When I got back what is the first thing I did when I got back to Hawaii? I think I went in the ocean. I think I went to the beach and went in the ocean.
I was about to say, I was so excited. I'll never forget the challenge in the Netherlands. I felt sand, and I was like, oh, hell yeah, man. Kim needs this bad.
Oh, God. That was rock quarry, though. Let's get that straight. But I'll take it as the sand.
We started walking. Like, dude, she's going to love this shit. And we take our mask off, and I was like, where the fuck's the ocean? I was like,
Me too. I was like, oh, I felt the sand, and I'm like, okay, it's going to be good. No, nothing.
Hell.
But,
No,
yeah, I did go to the beach.
Especially with somebody like you who lives in Hawaii, and you're just surrounded by beautiful shit all the time. That had to be terrible being on that bus.
The worst. The worst. I mean, we see palm trees daily, you know, in my yard. We have palm trees. We have beautiful flowers daily, you know. Green. Everything is green. And then we were like, yeah, I didn't see any of that. Until Switzerland was great. That was like, oh my gosh, that was magical for a moment.
It was beautiful.
Switzerland was cool, but after a while, you were like, hey, I thought this was supposed to be a fucking adventure. I was like, I'm tired of.
Yep. And I kept telling Tuggle in the mic or whatever, I kept saying, you sold me dreams. You sold me dreams. You sold me dreams. I kept saying, this is bullshit. You sold me dreams. And she'd look over at me and she'd go, Kim. And I'm like, she kept telling me, I'm like, it's bullshit. Yeah, but
it was so, and I really think, do you think, and I don't know if y'all have talked about this, do you think that had Peter and Janae not come on the bus, do you think you could have stuck it out?
I would have won the whole damn thing.
Hell yeah, Kim.
Right, I'm dead serious. I honestly would have won.
Well, see, here was my thing. I was like, after you got off, I was so pissed. I was like, dude, this is fucking brutal. But then I thought, I was like, dude, to be honest with you, I would have never fucked her over. There's no way. I would have.
None of us would have fucked her over.
You know what? I'm going to tell you this. And this is the truth. I'm not just saying it. I don't know if I think I discussed it with somebody, but I mapped out the route. I mapped out like 3 or 4 different routes. Before I went, like I actually printed out a map and I drew how our bus is going to drive. Do you know I was spot on all the way? I did all the way until the next stop, right? And then I would have gotten a little bit confused. After that, I would have gotten just a little bit confused, but I would have figured it out. I'm telling you, like God, I'm telling you, J for Jesus, because he was with me.
J for Jesus.
I'm telling you,
J for Jesus.
I mean it. He was guiding me, and then I let my stubbornness get in my way. Is what happened.
I know.
I mean, I apologize. I apologize to Tuggle and them. I apologize. I'm like, man, you know what? I definitely regret what I did. Because, you know, I made that decision. I said, I let some young, dumb girl get in my head, you know.
It would have changed everything. It would have been Shane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I would have won the whole damn thing. There's not a doubt in my mind right now that I don't believe that I would have won. Yeah. I honestly.
I believe it.
I genuinely believe you because you were like, because your knowledge of everything was there, but even more than that, like your social game, everyone looked at you like, well, there's no way I'd fuck her over ever. Like, there's no way.
I appreciate that. But I was never stressed.
Yeah.
One thing, I never really got stressed. I never was like freaking out. I mean, Biggie, you talked so many times, you're like, yeah, I could taste it from my ass to my mouth. Like in the map room, I was never.
Oh, the very first one, I was literally, that's honest to God, probably the most nervous I've ever been in my life. Mainly because I knew if I was the first one gone, I would never hear the end of it from my dad specifically.
Oh, absolutely. How shame. I was just like, that was my goal. Let's get through one. You don't want to be the L7 weenie, you know? Like, no. And so,
100%.
yeah. But, yeah, I mean, I don't have any doubts. I regret a lot. That's my biggest regret because I really think I could have won that sucker.
For sure you could have.
I mean,
I thought the whole time you knew more than absolutely everybody.
I definitely think I did too, to be honest with you. And it was just because, but mine was like, I'm telling you, it was like, I know that sounds crazy, and I mean, I'm not like some religious guru, but I'm telling you, God, I mean, Jesus, God, whoever, it was guiding me. Like I had manifested and prayed for something in my life. I don't know, and it was like this full year before I even got this, when I was going through like some crap, and I manifested this and prayed, you know, like, hey, give me something, whatever. And next thing you know, I got on the show, and then it was just continued, and I'm like, man, I'm telling you, he's guiding me.
Aww.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Awesome. Ask you, what the fuck? I was just about to ask you something, and dude, our conversations, specifically me, you, and Mack's conversations.
Oh my God!
On the back, where I'm not exaggerating.
Hours.
That was. I've been on Earth now for 30 years. That's probably the hardest I've ever laughed in my life.
Me too. Isn't it so great? I loved it. It was so amazing. I'm so glad you guys were there. I'm telling you, I was like trying to pick out who am I going to, because when I'm looking at everyone, I'm like, oh God, who am I going to just laugh up with? Because I just joke and laugh all day, every day, right? And I'm like, oh man. And like I said, Mack, of course, she looked like, oh, she's really smart, man. I'm not sure if she's like going to be like offended by anything I say, you know, because I'm like, but as soon as Biggie opens his mouth, I'm like, oh, I ain't going to offend him. There will be nothing I say that will offend Biggie. And I hadn't even seen your podcast at that point. I didn't even know anything about it. So I was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be all right with him because I can just say whatever I got to say. So thank gosh.
Yeah, that was unbelievable. Yeah, because that's the thing is like, you know, I mean, you think about it, that's also part of it too, is not going crazy. Like, you got to get tight with somebody, otherwise you're going to be by yourself the whole time. You're just going to be miserable.
Exactly. Hey, I don't appreciate you saying that I was sleeping a lot. Listen, I'm sleeping with...
In the early...
That was jet lag.
Up front just passed out, and I was like, all right, fuck.
That's true. I'd be passed out on the bench, any kind of place curled up. But I can tell you, I sleep with one eye open. Okay? I got my ears going and my one eye is like creeping, and I've told that to people. Like I get on the planes. I have a problem on planes because people, when I might be sleeping, but like if they reach over and grab lift up my window, that drives me nuts, man. I'm like, excuse me, I'll open right away. Like I can feel it, you know.
Excuse me, shut that window.
So I was like that on the thing. I'm like, anything important, I'm like, okay. Do I need to know this? Okay. But yeah, I definitely felt comfortable. I can sleep anywhere. On the airplane, on the airport floor, anytime. So I was like, Biggy, I didn't sleep the whole time. That's called jet lag in the beginning.
No, that was also those interviews, that's what's interesting, is like me talking about you doing that was like
the first day.
Me like trying to figure out who is what, all that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, we got this lady on here, man. How did they pick her? She's only planning to sleep. Like, what the hell? Yeah, and I said that too in like my exit interview. I said it took me a couple days to acclimate to like you guys and to the shock of what I did, where I am, what I'm doing. I mean, seriously, it took me 2 to 3 days to even start talking. I got called in many times to say, hey, you need to start talking.